Hi, thank you for coming to my channel. My name is Kendra Williams. I'm a real estate agent in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and this is a series where I cover homes within different submarkets of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex within usually a certain price range. Today's video is going to cover homes in Fort Worth under $300,000. These homes are available to anyone that qualifies, but I just wanted to give myself more parameters for these videos, so I created 3 potential buyer types and selected one home for each potential buyer type, and that's what we will be covering in this video. The 3 prospective buyer types are the first one being investor buyers, the second one first-time home buyers, the third one being experienced buyers, whether that's a downsizer looking to reduce the amount of space that they're living in right now, or a individual or family that may be looking for more space, but they essentially someone that's previously purchased a property, lived in it for a few years, now kind of knows what to look for their next property, but has experience at least purchasing one property and may be a little bit more savvy in the market now and may have a little bit more capital and experience to move with. That's the third category. All right, if we look to the right, this is a quick map of Fort Worth showing where all 3 homes are, just to give a perspective location-wise. The first home that we're going to cover today is a potential investor buyer. I also think this home would be a good fit for a first-time buyer as well. There's a little bit, we'll get into what may or may not need to be done, but I picked this home for the investor category, but it also may be a good fit for a first-time home buyer. The address of this home is 1508 Ingvald Drive in Fort Worth. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home. It's 1,160 square feet. The house was built in 1961. It's on 0.194 acres. And one of the reasons why I picked this house as an investor category is things like the red carpet. If you go to the kitchen, it looks like the kitchen needs a little bit of remodeling. Take out that wood paneling. The bedrooms look like they're okay. They're decent size. Some bedrooms look like they have wood flooring. Some look like they have carpet. That red carpet that was in the living room. So why I picked this house as an investor house is I see an investor coming in this house, ripping out the carpet, doing a quick, well done remodel to the kitchen, and then potentially putting this back on the market as a home for a first-time buyer. Remodeling some of these bathrooms. The shower looks like it could take a remodel. The bathroom vanity, bathroom floor. So just putting in a little bit of capital into this property, I think could make it a very solid, putting a little bit of capital into this property at its current price, I think would position this house to be a solid investment. I picked this house as an investor house because I think there might be a little bit too much work for a first-time home buyer to come in and tackle immediately. Now, if there's a buyer that comes in and wants to work on the house gradually over a few years, this would also be a good fit for a first-time buyer. But I do think an investor would have the capital to come in this house and make a few changes and put it back on the market for a little bit more. I will also say none of this is guaranteed, and this is not investment advice. And I also suggest for anyone that's buying a property, you go see the property in person, and you also have the property inspected before purchasing a property. So this is just my 2 cents as a realtor, very quickly looking at some of these houses on the MLS. All right. That is 1508 Ingball Drive in Fort Worth, listed for $200,000, and it's been on market for 11 days. Moving on to our second potential buyer type, our first-time buyer. The house that I selected for our potential first-time home buyers is 1724 Bluebonnet Drive. Scrolling into our location here. 1724 Bluebonnet is a little bit closer to downtown Fort Worth. So that is going to be one reason why it's listed for a little bit more. The house is listed at $270,000. It's been on market for 6 days. This house is 1,292 square feet. It was built in 1939. It's 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom home. I picked this house as a first-time home buyer house because for this area of Fort Worth to be this close to the heart for less than $3,000, it is a little bit closer to the stockyards, downtown Fort Worth. The overall entertainment areas, it looks like there may be some parts of the house that need some TLC, but in general it doesn't look like it needs a whole lot of work initially. Again, I always recommend an inspector and going to look at the property first, but just from first impressions, and it might be contradictory that I'm saying this, but never trust first impressions. Always go look at the property. Just from first impressions, that is my perspective on this house. It looks like the outside could use a little bit of TLC as well. The foundation, it is pier and beam. I was wondering if that's foundation, it's pier and beam. So because the house is built in 1939, I would definitely get the foundation inspected. Exterior work may need to be done. Bathrooms need a little bit of work. There is only 1 bathroom in this house. All right, so just a little bit of perspective. Our third category is our experienced buyer, whether that again be a downsizer or a group looking for more space. I'll use this as an example. This second home, the first time buyer home, only has 3 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. So the final example could be a family that has lived in a 3 bedroom, 1 bathroom home. It was their first home that they purchased. They lived in it for a few years and now they need more space. 1 bathroom is not enough. They're looking for a home with a little bit more space. They need an extra bathroom. They have more kids or they have family members living with them for whatever reason. They need more space. So that brings us to our third category, our experienced buyer. The house that I selected for the experienced buyer, the address, the house that I selected for the experienced buyer, the address is 2100 Oak Hill Road in Fort Worth. This property is a little bit further east of the other homes in Fort Worth that we've looked at today. (2100 Oak Hill Road) is a 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom home. It's 1,426 square feet. It was built in 1959. It's on a little bit less than half an acre. This house has been on market for 3 days. It's a pretty cool mid-century modern home. Ooh. Some may love the cabinets, some may want to redo those cabinets. I selected this home as the final category, the experienced buyer, because this home is at the top of the price range. Because this home is at the top of the price range for the three homes that we've looked at today. I'm not saying that investor or first-time home buyers cannot afford this house. I'm just saying it might be a little bit easier for an experienced buyer to move into this house financially and just like physically with ease. Doesn't look like there's quite as much work that needs to be done here. There may be some minor cosmetic projects that need to be done. Again, please get the foundation and electrical and plumbing and everything else inspected, but just based off of first impressions, this house doesn't seem like it needs quite as much work as the other homes that we viewed today. So that is why I picked 2100 Oak Hill Road in Fort Worth as a potential home for an experienced buyer. So that wraps up this video. I will be back with another submarket in the DFW Metroplex. If you have any questions on any of the homes that I covered today, please send me an email. My email's in the description box. Thank you. I appreciate your time, and we will see you in the next video.